Hey there. How are you? Oh, now I'm back down.
No.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, see, you can't really hear. There we go.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, good morning. This is the QWUESTIONS radio show / podcast brought here today by Mars FM. I'm your host. My name is Corneille. With me today we have our co-hosts, Jason.
Hi.
And Maro.
Hello.
So, if this is your first time listening to us, this is basically a radio show talking about music first and foremost, and then kind of anything related to that. To be honest with you, we don't really have some kind of a
Theme.
theme
like
really. It's
structure.
just whatever kind of is interesting.
Pretty much, yeah.
We just tend to pick it up. But
Keeps it fresh, keeps it organic.
before we get into that, we've been gone for a while.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so like 3.
I'm not sorry.
Why? Why so salty?
I don't have to be sorry for anyone.
Okay.
Nice for what? Anyway,
Maro does not speak for the group. Just to say,
okay, so
we are grateful for
Bar
the
Maro.
patronage.
Wow.
What do you mean? Wow? Didn't you just say?
Wow.
You didn't just say it, you said it with your
You
chest.
just said it with chest as
That's true.
well.
What are we sorry for?
For, you know,
Actually, why are we
having
sorry?
I don't know.
We had a break. We had a 2-week break, and then we couldn't get in the Monday.
Yeah, I feel like we have a commitment at this point. You know what I mean? Or at least we should try. I don't know. Why the fuck are we sorry?
Why are you two sorry? I'm not sorry.
He said he was sorry. Anyways,
Sorry you didn't hear our beautiful voices for 2 weeks. That's what we're trying to say.
don't push it. Anyway, so what have you guys been doing over the break?
Not much.
I know. Apart from the Monday, you know,
Yeah.
we've been doing different things. Finally got the thesis done.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be free?
Not really free.
I mean, for your...
No, not really free. So.
Actually,
It's not free.
It's not over
We still
yet.
have to do a demo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's not over
I
yet.
was trying to make it a happy moment, but that didn't work out.
What about you, Jason?
Not much. I've had family over from Nigeria, and I started teaching again. Shout out to Semi, giving me your money. But
Who's that coon? That coon.
wow.
I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening.
Oh, he will be, because he asked me to shout him out, and here we are.
Yeah.
But now you're just slandering his name.
Did you not see what he did to
Is
me
it
on
because
the
he's
timeline?
Nigerian, Cornell? Do you have anything against Nigerian people?
Don't
What have we
even
done
start
to
that
you?
That Congolese animosity.
It's not our fault that we're the best African country.
Hey, I didn't say that now. That's cold.
I'm joking.
I had no...
Okay.
Let the record show that I
Alright
had
then.
nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you did. All it took was just a slight bit of encouragement, and then he just went for
I
it.
don't say shit.
I didn't. I'm just saying.
I didn't do anything.
It's not our fault that we're
What's up?
10s surrounded by 5s.
I'm so sorry.
When they get it together, then I'll turn the mic back on.
Okay, we're back. Come on. We're paying attention.
Are y'all sorry?
Sorry.
Maro, are you sorry? That ain't good enough. Okay, Jason's
That's as
sorry.
much as you're going to get. You know it. Sorry.
Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
you know, apart from that little slight, I've been doing good too. This is finally done. Tired as hell still. There's a lot of work to do still. I mean, especially like the semester's almost over and stuff like that. So, you know, it's been
Exams creeping around the
busy. Yeah. But we have gotten into a lot of new music. As you know yourself, there's loads of albums that came out the Friday. Not even Friday, but
Oh,
even
so
before
many.
that.
Why? Why would you do
Why'd
that?
you do that?
Demon. Is it every episode? I went away from the mic to cough. You just
I did.
You aimed for it.
No, he actually did. I saw him. But for some reason,
It was so powerful.
The mic caught it. I don't know.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. It's been a lot of good music out.
Yeah.
So what for today?
Maybe we should. We'll table that for a little bit later. Let's what we all listening to this week, apart from what we were talking about. Because I know.
See, that's hard because that's all I was.
Oh, that's all you've been listening to.
Who?
Oh, just the albums that came out this week or last week rather. Is that all you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, I won't tell them what I was listening to.
Okay.
What were you listening to then?
Shit.
Exactly.
Just go on your Spotify.
Oh, that's true. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Continue to talk while I do this.
Well, anyway, the only reason why it's actually hard for us to...
My bad.
Who's that?
Me. Sorry. Oops.
Anyways, so apart
Oops.
from what they were listening to, or what we were listening to in general, I've been doing some working on a project.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping either this year or next year that it happens. It pops up.
So what's the project? Is it an EP, a mixtape?
No, it's gonna be an album. I hope it's an album.
Okay.
I hope it turns out as an album.
Okay.
What's the name?
Actually, there is no name for it yet. I'm not worried about that right now.
You should think about that.
I mean, that can come later.
that
You know what I
can-
mean?
No, you should think about it now.
Okay. While we're at it, then give me some names.
Don't ask him.
No, I want to hear from Maro specifically because the world needs to know how shady he is to me on a daily basis.
Okay.
Actually, I was gonna say you could have called it Gemini's Paradise.
Why?
Because you're a Gemini.
This shit ain't paradise though.
That's the whole thing. It's
Anyway,
Anyways, okay.
what made you want to do? What made you want to make an album?
What made me want to make an album? Well, I've been produced. What y'all doing that for?
He's getting pissed at me because I coughed away from the mic.
Anyway.
What you gonna say?
away.
Sorry,
Okay,
yeah,
back
continue,
on track,
continue.
right?
Wow.
So, what made me want to do an album is I've been kind of producing and making beats for a while, and I didn't necessarily have like the skill set or confidence to kind of. Why y'all laughing, bruh?
Sorry, I'm coughing. He's just.
I didn't really have the confidence
Yeah.
to be able to produce a full body of work. Like I did do EPs, and I have one other beat tape that's not up. That's to myself.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of things that have been happening over the past like year or two, and I just wanted to be able to express myself. So I thought that now would be like the best way to represent it, basically.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
hopefully it turns out good, and I actually put it out and I don't do a J Electronica, and we wait for like time.
I mean, I can't wait to listen to it. And you already know I'll be giving my honest feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you honest feedback of your own guitar playing.
You know.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm on it. I forgot about it. I totally forgot about that. Well, I'm gonna be biased as hell. Never mind.
And then Maro's doing ghost vocals.
Yes,
You sure?
Yeah, everyone's getting that 15% cut.
Sure.
Well, yeah, no,
That's good.
That's been what I was working on over the midterm. Hopefully, when the semester's over and the exams are done, I can also start writing. It'll be the first time I'll write to something.
Oh really?
Yep, and
Okay.
really, get some headway on that thing.
Oh, actually, I do have 3 albums that I had been listening to that didn't come out last week.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
So first is Coded a Friend, his album Anything. Great, recommend it.
Okay.
Another album called When the Crows Grow by Dre's, and Silk Noise Reflex by James Tillman.
I love that album.
Right?
I love James
That's really,
Tillman.
like,
Wait, who?
James Tillman.
James Tillman.
Oh yeah, which one is it though?
Silk Noise Reflex.
Oh, that one. That's my favorite album.
Right?
I love that
It's
album.
really good.
So chill. Let me see.
that's what I've been
listening to. Let me
Hold on.
see.
While he decides, you know what you've listened to apart from anything last week?
Oh yeah, I've been listening to Gentleman by Galant.
Oh, that's really good. That's the first time
same.
he's put out music in a while.
Yeah, 2016. It's
It's
2016.
been a while.
The kids
Oh.
are alright.
I feel like it was longer. Oh, whatever.
The kids are alright, but Chloe and Halle, they're so
I
good.
still need to listen to
The
the album. I heard
harmonies.
it's very, very good.
They're so talented. And then Care For Me by Saba.
Yeah, that's one of the ones we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Now
that's one we all listen to.
let me see. I've been listening to a bit of Leon Bridges' album.
Which is the old
Oh
one?
no,
Good thing.
he sounds racist.
Yeah.
What the name?
No, him?
The way he sounds.
Oh, see, the thing is, he kind of sounds like...
Racist.
No.
Nah, that ain't the word necessarily.
It's really old school. I was going to say Otis Redding, but not really.
Actually,
He got that old school soul though. He does dress like a 1940s cowboy. I will give him that.
Yeah, he was from Texas anyway. Fourth word.
Does everybody from Texas got to dress like that though?
I don't know. He just went back in time and
Straight up.
You know,
I fuck with his music though. Like it's really
Yeah.
good. It's really
Nah, it's
good.
cool.
My sister really loves his stuff.
I've been on a more 90s R&B tip, listening to Music Soul Child, SWV, Flowetry, Raphael Sadiq, D'Angelo stuff. So
Getting that inspiration,
not necessarily inspiration.
or just to chill.
It's just I've been like really tired, and sometimes like the high energy music is like really hard to keep up with. Like
Yeah.
they be saying too many words.
That's what I've been listening to.
What?
K-pop.
You been listening to K-pop?
Oh my god, there's a K-pop group called Luna. They're so good. It sounds very R&B like.
Oh,
I actually
really?
love it.
Nice.
Yo, did you hear about Red Velvet performing for Kim Jong-un?
No.
It was during the.
See, I don't know who Red Velvet. I'm guessing they're
Okay, yeah, they're a
K-pop.
pop
yeah.
group.
Yeah.
So it was during the military, drills they do nationally. Annually, and I think it's the first time in like two decades or something
Yeah.
that the South Koreans, that the North Koreans had a performance by like.
Oh
other
yeah,
people.
they've been linking up recently.
Yeah,
actually.
and it was
They've
like-
been having a-
Linking up.
Literally, they've been linking up.
So North Koreans are linking up.
People
Let's
are-
build.
People are building
Just
out
coming
here.
through, you know what I mean?
Exactly, cloud corporation. But it was weird because they were like, it just never happened before, and of all the groups, it was Red Velvet that did it, and they're like, well, there you
Oh,
go.
they got paid well.
I mean, it could be baby metal.
Like they were really enthusiastic and everything. Like they were clapping, they were so into it, and it was weird.
It's because the first time they've heard music.
Do you know even wow.
It's true though.
Okay. Nah, do you know their live TV isn't even live? It's like
It's from 30 years ago.
no, it's like a 4 to 5 hour delay.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just
Vintage.
gonna be a broadcast of Kim Jong Il.
Yeah, no, it was what you call it? Yeah, no, it was just weird. It was just weird to hear. But
What is the sound? Oh,
what is
sorry.
this joy? But I've just been on R&B things.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's been me though. I mean, wait. So obviously, first segment we always do quote of the
Quote
week
of the day.
by
Oh,
Maro.
me, yeah.
It's
So-
a weaker day.
I don't
know. It's a quote though.
I think I think I change it like every time I write it down in the show notes.
Well, it's Maro's quote.
Okay, this quote. Everyone looks at me when I'm doing it.
Because it's your segment.
Okay. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. And that is by Maya Angelou.
Ooh, shout
Oh,
out
that
Maya
is-
Angelou. Happy belated birthday. She would have been 90.
You still missed.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the
She
picture
was
of
she
her.
was like the best part
So
of Good
cute.
Kid, Mad City. She was the best part of Good Kid, Mad City. She was. Remember that old woman that was like,
Oh, okay.
I thought that was his mom.
no,
Same for
no,
real.
no. That was Maya Angelou. She's like, you need holy water.
You are dying of thirst. That was a terrible accent.
Yeah,
I tried that.
What kind of Afrikaans? Anyways, so let's chop it up about the
Dying
quote.
of thirst. Sorry. Continue.
I said let's chop it up about the quote. What you think?
Do you want to read it one more
Okay,
time?
okay. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness.
That's interesting. I mean, music and loneliness is always kind of like, it's a common theme, loneliness. Especially when it comes to it being refuge. Like, there's so many examples for that.
Because, like, even in terms of making music, or even, like, do you ever have, like, a situation where you're, like, you're sad or you're depressed, and you listen to more sad music to, like, add to the atmosphere, you know what I mean?
That's my
But,
pastime.
but like, I feel like a lot of people think that that's just like it's just almost masochism or whatever. But I feel like it's not though. It's like a subconscious thing of like wanting people to, or like wanting to feel like you're not the only one who feels that way. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I agree. Was it curl my back to loneliness or turn my back to loneliness?
Curl.
Curl. Okay, and then I guess that works then. But yeah, no, I feel like I think everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
In some way, at least.
I mean, also like when it comes to music as an artist of any form,
Yeah.
it requires some kind of a pushing away. It requires some kind of a, you know, I not that it requires, but you just end up being isolated in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you do tend to get lonely, and then you know the music that's produced or comes out of it almost is somewhat of a reflection, and not even on a like extreme case. Like, I mean, any project it requires some level of looking at yourself or kind of just making sure that like you know you have that space to think. Really,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, being able to move, you know, in your own at your own pace, at your own time.
Finding ways to navigate your own feelings.
Exactly. I mean, how many times do we, like, I mean, we do get, like, obviously, you know, it's almost comedic. Like, it's almost a joke now where people are like, I'm in the studio 24/7, the grind never stops. You know, locked in, they're like, yeah, I'm sleeping in the studio, you know the way the Gucci belt would be. But like, there is almost some real aspect of that. I think in anything, it's just like, you want to be able to move within that space and area by yourself. I think Frank Ocean is like the best example of that reflection. I mean, if we think about it, well, let me put it this way, like I'm more so giving the example of Blonde. I mean, I'm not even talking about the quality in itself.
Mm-hmm.
What quality?
There you go. So
keep your opinions to yourself.
I'm just saying.
We're not talking about quality, but
let's
like he disappears for like 4 years, right? Nothing. We hear zero.
Can I ask, why did he do that?
I heard there was like legal battles of like him.
Oh, okay. I thought I was trying to be fake deep about it. Okay.
No. Like he had legal battles, like trying to get his masters back and trying to leave Def Jam, which is a whole nother situation.
Okay, because some of the people were being fake deep about it. They were like, "Oh, he's doing it to be deep, to get away from the internet." I'm like,
no, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I mean, even if that wasn't the case, you can't, like we talked about it the other week. You can't, like, at a certain point, you kind of get burnt out. You know what I mean? Like, you need
for
to
4
take
years.
Hey, you never fucking know.
But you can still get like,
it's like because you hear of bands who like they either break up or they go on hiatus for like years, like 10 years or some shit. You know what I mean? Because it does get to you. You know what I mean?
But like he can still have like, because he knows he has fans.
True.
So like he can still get like a team to just do all the social media things for him.
I mean, true.
I mean that's kind of like.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is like, you're able to tell. Even in Blonde, it's almost some sort of a look. It's a look into his past, but you can tell like it's like he's inviting you.
Really?
It's a very introspective.
You don't even have the patience to even listen to this shit. So I don't know.
Can I tell you? Let me give. I just feel like he was just so abstract about everything. He just don't, and it's annoying me now. He's just always.
Wait, specifically Blonde or all his music?
No, just Blonde.
Just
Blonde was really annoying.
I like
it. Was
dude.
It was abstract.
I think Endless was better.
Endless is a more enjoyable listen to me.
It's just
better. I'll give you that.
But just the way he generally describes things, it's almost like it's a conversation between what?
Annoying.
I'm not even talking about Blonde now. I'm just making it general. Jeez.
He's so heated about it.
Sorry, he's just annoying. Frank Ocean just annoys me these days. I don't know. Pink and White was still a good song though.
But I
like Nikes.
You do get that with artists though that even like disappear for a while, and they come back, and when they do kind of you know, they have their songs and the way they deliver them, it's almost somewhat of a here's what happened. Or even the way they introduce it is like an invitation to like listen to what's going on exactly. Yeah. From that place of loneliness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like even like I can not so much relate, but I understand that in the sense that I feel, and I don't want. I feel like if I like it would be like a biased kind of thing for me, but I feel like. Making sad music is easier in a sense because it's easier to
tap into those emotions
and it's easier to convey like somewhat negative emotions because like everyone like for some reason, especially in our society, we like to think that oh, don't be sad. You shouldn't be sad. But like, why shouldn't you be? There's a reason. It's an emotion that you feel. You know what I mean? So I feel like because it can be so suppressed, it's easier to like draw from that. If you know what I mean, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
And conversely as well, the way at times loneliness can be perceived as well as something bad. I mean, depending on, there's a difference between like being alone and lonely.
Being lonely, exactly.
And then at the same time, it's like
you can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely as shit.
And the thing is, just because you're lonely doesn't mean you may be necessarily sad, but it's in somewhat sort of a way people use that in order to tend to themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like TLC almost, like in the sense of a form of self-care, just isolating themselves, you know, away from people, just time for themselves.
To recharge.
Yeah, exactly. Or to recharge and find themselves, and then after that be able to, you know, put that on pen or paper. And, you know, produce any type of music that comes out of it. You know, loneliness isn't always necessarily doom and gloom, but maybe it's like discovery. Like, SZA. Are you going to kill me for that one? SZA?
No.
No?
Wait, what album?
Control.
Okay.
So
I don't think loneliness was like that in Control, though. I think it was more.
The thing is, I feel like I get what you're saying though, because like loneliness is not always this. It's not always this completely. Like, it's not tied to sadness, if you get what I mean. It's more complicated than that.
Actually, the thing I think about it is, it's not. It's more what comes out of being alone that I like listening to.
Yeah.
Like, if you hear Moses Sumney.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Just a lot of other people. Even, like, how do you choose isolation? That's what. Things like that. It's what comes out of that and why they do that.
Yeah.
Some people, because for people to self-reflect and, like, process their emotions.
I feel like loneliness and sadness are two different things.
Yeah,
You can tell the difference between listening to an album that's talking about loneliness versus talking about depression and sadness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not, they are quite different things, but people kind of tend to conflate the two. If you know what I mean? And it does, like, it's more complicated than that. Like I'm kind of lost my train of thought like halfway through that sentence. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
but
no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. And then when you know the way Manjulu states, you know, curling your back to loneliness. And considering that, you know, alongside music as well. But
she said music is my refuge, so I think it was. It depends. It depends on like what she means by that. I think it's like more a place of solace for her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I feel like it's like talking about, because I may be wrong here, but turning that loneliness into just being comfortable, being alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference. Like. Being lonely is one thing, but whether you're comfortable in it
with yourself,
yourself, that's another thing. Yeah. And there's many examples of that throughout music. I think we're even now, the way it's going in terms of the music scene, we're getting a lot of that now as well. I mean, considering also, within the black community, the way mental health
is very stigmatized.
It's stigmatized, but now
it's getting better.
Exactly, there's an awakening of, you know, an awareness of it,
which is really
really good to see now. You know, it's reflected almost in the albums that we hear, you know.
And it's refreshing, to be honest.
It is.
Because, like, in our community, you don't really, like, more so now you do, like, people do talk about it, but growing up, that was never, like, a talk, or you never heard people talk about that. You'd never hear your parents talk about mental health or that.
You know what? I think
or in media or anything like that.
Do you know what I think it is? I think because of the internet, people got more educated. But even the fact that like people started noticing it, a lot of adults started noticing it in like their friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, my mom like she had friends who were depressed and stuff.
Yeah.
And she read up about it, things like that and everything.
Yeah. And sorry, when you were mentioning parents, even I think it's always, you know, their view, especially African parents, of like, I want to be able to put on a particular impression for my children or a face for my children, like. They don't want any cracks within the walls of like their image. You know what I mean? They want to show no weakness.
To be honest, someone's not like my parents aren't like that actually.
No,
except for my dad. My dad is like that.
My parents are very much like that. I feel like a lot of African parents are as well. I feel like your parents are, or at least your mom anyway, is like an exception to the rule, because I feel like she's I don't want to say better, but she's more open to like understanding, like letting you know that she's just a human being, if you get what I mean. Whereas when you're growing up with African parents, it's not like, oh, my parents are just people. It's like, no, my parents are this like pillar. You have to listen to them. Like, they don't show emotions like that. You know what I mean?
And like that being said, you know, that's what we were used to growing up with. And then, you know, when you realize, you know, outside of the house that the world doesn't particularly function that way, you almost felt like you didn't know what it was exactly, but you felt that something was wrong, right, with you, because what your parents were telling you, and then what, you know, the world gave.
It's like it's
two completely different things.
Like that part of growing up when you realize your parents aren't like these infallible. Yeah. Like it feels weird, and it's not a good feeling.
That's why the music, I think, for me, played a big part of me growing up. Yeah. Because it was that place to be able to really wade through these type of emotions and
sort
thoughts.
out how you think.
Exactly. Of like these thoughts and questions that I had that also, they couldn't answer.
Exactly, and also like it was finding solace in the fact that other people feel the same way.
Exactly.
Like, especially people in your own community.
In your own community. So it gave you a sense of, okay, this is normal. Like,
exactly. I'm not crazy for feeling this way.
You know? And I think, you know, that is an approach maybe we can even, you know, consider when Maya Angelou is talking about this music being refuge and turning her back to loneliness. Being able to figure out, you know, things about yourself and the way the world functions. Just between you and the music. So
shout out to Maya Angelou.
She was doing her thing.
Yeah, for real.
Wow, doing her thing.
Wow. What you want me to say? I don't know what to say, man. She like the influence that she's had, you know, in poetry and just in black culture in general. You know, it's unfathomable. Like it's unmatched. You know, and we appreciate her for that.
I like stuff like that. Always makes me feel sad that it was only when I got older that I started reading a lot of literature by black authors and that kind of stuff.
But then that's where we kind of come in and kind of like.
Do you know what my first one was? I read Purple Hibiscus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't know there were any Nigerian authors like that. I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, literally. Same. I was so happy, and I was like, "What? Why am I not?" And I was so pissed off that we didn't do it in our class.
For real? Like,
and then I read that book instead of Catcher in the Rye. I didn't regret it.
Like, I didn't know about any Nigerian authors until I was older, or like even just African authors like Ngugi, like the Kenyan author, or like Achebe, or any until I was like 18.
I didn't find out about Achebe. Ironically, I found out about Achebe through the Roots album.
Really?
Things Fall Apart. The title. So I like week out. So with albums, I tend to sometimes try and find out the information behind it. And they said that title was from the book Things Fall Apart.
Yeah.
So
which actually my sister has now, and I have to go read.
Yeah, you need to read Can you pass that?
I have it on my Kindle.
Is it good?
Kindle books.
Actually, no, I've heard it because like I heard about Achebe from one other podcast called Mostly Lit, and they would talk about like I think there was a segment where they were talking about just African artists. So like that's where I got introduced to like Chimamanda, Wallace and Ngugi and all those other different authors, which most of them I've yet to read, but like, you know, I'm still catching up on that. Which it's really sad though, because I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, even like when he was growing up in Nigeria, they would actually learn about these authors, but like nowadays they kind of just teach you like European authors and that stuff, which makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like as opposed to like teaching you like British playwrights like Shakespeare or whatever. Why don't you teach you like the playwrights from the country you're in? You know what I mean?
And then now, you know, it'll become our job now to be able to make sure that the next generation, or even the generation that we
hold on, our parents are still alive. They need to do something too. Lazy asses. What are they doing?
I know that, but I'm just saying as well. I want to be able to be in a position I can put people on. You know what I mean?
Can I let your parents do their own first, please? That's what they tell us. They'll be like, "Oh, you should do your own." Like, what do you do?
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it because they said it, but I really want to myself.
As for our generation,
true.
But at the same time, it does. It's like.
They have a role to play too, though.
Yeah, they're not decrepit. They can still do.
Yeah, no, exactly. They can still do it.
They're like, well, it's your turn. I'm like,
you're still here.
You're still doing this. Get up and do something.
Guys, speaking of like putting people on, do you want to put them on to the albums we were listening to?
Oh yeah, this leads into the next.
Yeah, come on.
Cool.
Okay, so
So, do you want to talk about the ones we're listening to, or do you want to just list some of the albums that came out last week?
Okay, let's list them out first, and then talk about the ones we were listening to.
Okay. Flatbush Zombies, Vacation in Hell.
Vacation
Who?
in Hell.
Flatbush Zombies. Never heard of Flatbush
Oh,
Zombies?
okay. I thought you said flappish. I was like, oh.
That's just my. That's
your
terrible.
take.
Caliush's Isolation.
Kelly.
Kali.
You said Kelly.
I heard Kali.
You just.
We played this episode.
Okay.
Well, I'm editing it, and if I said Kelly, I'll edit it out. Caliush's Isolation. Tom Misch, Geography.
Is that good?
Very. I liked it.
Someone called it White Boy Jack.
That's exactly what it is, though. Unknown Mortal Orchestra, Sex and Food. Saba, Care For Me. The Wonder Years, Sister Cities. And Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. Those are just some of the albums. There's a few more, but I didn't write them
Okay,
down.
so I'm gonna be honest with you. We'll go around and just list the ones we were talking about, then we'll get into it.
Or the ones we've been listening to.
To. Honestly, for me, I'm still on Care For Me.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to anything else.
Yeah, I
but
listened
Care
to
For Me.
I listened to that this morning.
Yeah.
That shit hit me deep.
I liked it.
What about
I really
you?
liked
Specifically Prom King. I don't know why.
Oh, I cried on my way.
Wait. Guys, do you know who's saying that at the end? That's his That's his cousin.
Oh shit.
John Wald.
Oh my god.
That's his cousin at the end.
Oh shit. Okay.
I thought it was Mick Jenkins
Yeah,
because it sounded like it, but no, that's his cousin.
Yo, that
Okay,
shit
do you
made
guys
me
wanna
tear
talk
up.
about that first?
No lie.
That was
Let's talk
very
about that
sad.
first. Okay, Care For Me by Saba, Chicago artist.
That's what Blonde should have been.
No.
Because
They're,
it was very honest.
It was very honest, but like it's two very different
people.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Being
No,
black.
I like the
And
honesty.
two very different
Yeah, no, of course.
experiences as well.
No, not the experience, the honesty. That's what I liked about it. It was very honest. Can't say the same for a gunshot, bro.
Okay.
But
fair
okay,
enough.
so first of all, actually no, singles. Azealia Banks.
That's true.
Anna Winter.
Anna Winter.
Listen.
Why are you banging the table?
I have to bang for emphasis. Talent. She's so talented.
True that.
She deserves better.
Well, she's not sacrificing chickens.
Let her do. She can kill the chickens she wants.
Nigga, I'm joking.
I won't
joking.
even. I was about to just go in, but
You know
let's
I don't
do that.
care.
We don't even have that time. Anyway,
She must have killed a thick chicken for that. Anna Winter bangs.
Here, listen, that sacrifice had to be good.
It actually was.
But okay, let's just get into albums and projects, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start off with Saba, and then we'll go from there.
Dude,
So
Grey and Prom King just got me. There's another song. I can't remember the name,
Let me
but
intro.
specifically Grey.
let me intro this shit.
Okay.
Alright. So, second studio album by Saba, Chicago artist, known also to be associated with the Save Money Group, Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, Joey Perp, Smino, No Name, Felix, and more. So, first project, Bucket List, right? So that's, he had two mixtapes before then, Get Comfortable and Comfort Zone. And then he had a studio album called Bucket List Project, which was literally about, it was kind of a commemoration to his uncle who had passed away.
Oh.
And he had, his uncle had things that he wanted to do, a bucket list basically, hence the name. So, that album was just like things we want to do before we leave.
Okay.
Then shortly after, we hear about the death of his cousin, John Wall,
Yeah.
who was stabbed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a knife crime. And then, for a while there, he was kind of, Saba was silent. It was off social media, nothing, we didn't hear from him for a while. Then he came back with singles, and he came here last year to do a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here to do a show.
Oh, that's what right. We were talking about.
What are you
it.
staring at me for? You didn't even want to go because
I
you thought
did
it was
want to
going to be
go
shit.
because I was
Anyway.
scared someone's going to attack me.
No, you didn't. You said you were scared that it was going to be trouble.
I was ripe for attack. I don't want to go to that.
Anyways, so that happened, then he goes back, and then we don't hear anything from him again. Then he released two singles called Busy and Live for his upcoming album, which has been released since last Thursday, called Care For Me. 10 tracks, 41 minutes. Do you want to go track by track?
Sure. You know what? Why not?
Okay.
And speaking of which, maybe we can play the first song from the album, because I think we have a couple songs from the album on the playlist.
Courtesy of moi. You know what
Just
I'm saying?
not too loud though, just so you know.
You know I'm going to bump, because I'm
Because I'm not trying to cry today on this show.
I'm Okay. Okay, then. Let me get this going. Y'all can talk now.
Alright, cool.
So-
cool.
Okay.
So, this first song that actually kind of got me was "Broken Girls."
I like that.
Right. I think that's what really hooked me, and then what really like got me into the headspace of the album was "Smile" and "Log Out."
Yeah.
Smile. Smile was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smile was really good. The first time so I'll just go track by track.
Mm-hmm.
First time I heard Busy, I won't get into much of the details, but it was just a really, the space I was in,
Mm-hmm.
and there was just a lot of things going on that week. That was, it just,
It was a bit of a strain.
yeah, it was a bit of a strain, but it was just a really dark week for me.
Yeah.
And that like song came out, and Maro sent me the text message. He was like, "Saba released," and I was like, "Cool. Let me just go listen," because I just needed something to help me. He was like, "No, don't. It's too depressing."
It was really depressing.
It was. When
I liked it.
When I finally mustered the courage, I went off and had a listen, and it was just so different because we're so used to Saba being chirpy and
Yeah.
very energetic.
The song
But
was a definite.
it was very moody.
Yeah.
It shifted. It was more. Well, I mean, he was mature, but it was a mature.
It was more introspective.
Yeah, introspective thing going on, and I was like, damn, like if this album sounds like this, then we're gonna be in for one hell of a depression fest. And
Depression session.
the depression session. But
The motto for computer science.
Yeah.
Continue. Oh, God.
but yeah, no. The album honestly is like flawless, like busy,
Yeah.
and then the switch up on the sirens,
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
and then I was like, damn.
There's not a bad track on this.
Yeah, honestly, there isn't.
So I heard a lot of people. Well, some people were complaining about Logout because it didn't fit the theme.
I love that.
But then I was like, it's a good song, and I think it does a good job of breaking away from it just for a
yeah,
little
exactly.
bit, just to.
Like,
and-
it's like a nice segment.
Exactly,
For,
and it loosely ties into the album more so as well. So
I loved it.
yeah, no, it was like Broken Girls, the whole toxicity, like using people for the sake of using people. For what happens when both of y'all get what y'all need, and then Life, and then Calligraphy. I was like, shit, Calligraphy, and then Fighter, and then he talks about
See
like,
how honest and straightforward it was? I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Sorry,
See,
no,
you-
Frank Ocean just annoying me.
I know, I get your beef, but like, I feel like it's hard. Like, I don't feel like honesty necessarily means being very clear.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And I get why you're salty about it, but no Frank Ocean slander today. I will not
Okay.
allow it.
Okay.
you're talking tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Like, that's not happening. Fighter. A lot of these switches, like these B switches, are like unexpected. And then Smile hit me.
Smile was
I don't
good.
know when he was talking about when he gets $1 million, he goes vacation in the south.
Yeah.
He tells his grandparents he's going to buy him a house. That was crazy. Logout 2, then Gray,
Yes, yo, Gray got me.
and then see it was the last 3.
Yeah.
It was just the last 3 because you get Gray, and I was like, shit.
And they go straight into fucking prom.
Prom
King.
and King.
Sorry, Prom King. That was very sad.
I didn't need that in
First
my
of
life.
all, that is one of the best coming to age tracks I've heard.
See,
in a
I
while.
feel like that's
one
not,
of the
like,
best ones.
It was one of the albums that like kind of really portrays like insecurity very well. Like at the start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because no one ever fucking talks about that, especially in our community. No one ever talks about like being scared to do all this shit. You know what I mean?
True.
And it was nice to hear. And then it made me very sad.
And his tone as well.
Yeah.
It's like he's talking to you, like
Yeah,
you're literally
exactly. It's
in
like
the
telling
room
a story
when
to
he's
you.
like he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to you face to face, and that thing is like it's crazy. Like the whole Prom King, of like he how he meets and starts a friendship with his late cousin.
Yeah.
At first, like he didn't like him because he kept beating him up at family
He was chilling
functions.
his shit.
And then after that, prom hits and he doesn't have anyone to go with, so his cousin hooks him up.
Yeah.
And then, his cousin was broke, so he helps him with the prom stuff, and they get, to become friends with each other. And then, there's this open mic session that happens in Chicago where they allow kids to be able to perform and stuff.
And I kept skipping.
Exactly. So his cousin helped him do that. Then, they get a name and they form a group, Pivot, and
Yeah.
you know, they really start getting out there and with Chance and you know, just a whole group, like the whole come up, you know, and then kind of in the height of it all, his life was taken. Just the way the whole story is kind of captured is like, honestly, there's no, I was lost up for words like the first time I heard it, and the urgency of it as well.
Yeah.
Like you could tell the way it starts rhyming.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
I really liked like that, like the fact that you mentioned the urgency. I feel like it was done in a way where it really properly like portrays really well how it feels like how someone you love just leave
Gone.
like that.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean?
There was no graceful.
Yeah, exactly.
exit.
No like lead up to it. No like, oh, I got to say goodbye, and it's just gone. You know
Just
what
gone.
I mean?
Yeah. And you know, it's it kind of taps into the whole question of mortality. Like, you know what? I mean, he was dealing with it before on Bucket List, but now it's more so not what do I do before I die, but you know, when people you love go, how does that affect you? Like, what do you
Exactly.
do? How do you progress? You know, how do you heal from that?
How'd you like process that?
Yeah,
grief?
basically. And just to hear it, like, because I won't lie, like, the first time I had heard that Sabo was coming out with the album, like, given the singles and stuff like that, I just didn't know what it was going to sound like. And then, you know, with Busy and stuff like that, I was like, wow, this, like, again, I was kind of skeptical. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then the first time I heard it, it was,
I had a feeling it was going to be dark because when I saw the first picture, he deleted everything, and I was like, "That's the start."
okay, when he cut his hair, too.
And when he cut his hair, I was like,
we're getting it.
it's coming.
Yeah, when he cut his hair, I was like, snap. And then all caps, I was like, dude, we're about to get some heat. Actually, it was produced by just 3 people. So it was
really?
Saba, yeah, like it was executively produced by 3 people. So Day Pivot, Saba, and Daoud, and literally 3 of them, and they were just like, they killed all this production. All this production is like flawless. There's literally not one bad track. I actually can't complain about the album. And the way it's like 10 tracks, and it said what it had to say.
Yeah.
And just
It wasn't like a track too short, a track too long.
there wasn't filler.
Perfect.
There wasn't, you know, a way of dancing around things. It was
It just came,
Exactly.
made its point, and left.
exactly, which was awesome to see.
Dude, I really, really love this.
Yeah,
album.
no, this is a touching album. Does anyone kind of have anything else to mention?
No, I think we
Yeah,
covered
we
it.
covered it, yeah.
Okay, so let's just maybe 1 or 2 more albums that people have been listening to, and then
Well,
I think this is you Excite only listened to Isolation once.
yeah, but I haven't listened to
Oh, I
it
thought you
once,
listened to it a
too.
couple times. Okay, let's
No,
go.
no.
I haven't got.
I've listened to Chloe and Halle's album.
Yeah,
a
go
lot.
on, go
I
on.
wanna listen. Okay,
Go on,
let's get
bro.
into it.
All
All right,
Okay,
let's go.
so first of all, let's get the album out. Let me see the tracks. I really like the intro, "Hello Friend."
Okay.
It's really. I think this album, this was a really good album for them. Do you know they produce all of it themselves? They
Oh,
write,
shit,
produce
really?
everything themselves. Yeah. So like,
Respect.
and it's just they're so young as well. It makes
How
you
old
feel
are
like well, they're not young anymore, but like 20, 18.
So like our age-ish.
Yeah. And it's just like then it goes to Kids Are Alright, Grown. But like the only 2 songs I didn't think should have been there were Drop and Fall because they're 2016 songs.
Oh,
And when you listen to If God Spoke, it's basically like they're thinking about like, well, if God spoke to them, what would God say? And it was really good. I think that they should have ended it there. That would have been a really good ending.
Right.
okay. But they just kind of
Yeah.
That's fine though.
But it's still good though. It's just like
I have to give it a listen to maybe today or tomorrow.
yeah, just their harmonies are just so. I'm just like, how do they do that? Like they have like everything is so layered, and sometimes it's like you'll hear something and you think it's an instrument, but it's just their voices.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
shit.
good.
You're hyping this shit up. I bet you.
It's actually like it's just like I've never heard people harmonize like that.
Okay.
ever before.
That's when, if you guys, I don't know if the link is still up, but we had a conversation about this being like voices, right? Our voice is the most important thing.
Oh
No.
Is it the podcast where?
Yeah, like an earlier podcast. I don't know if it's on SoundCloud,
Those,
but if it is,
are lyrics necessary in music?
yeah, lyrics necessary or voice being the most important thing.
I feel like they're both
They're just as important
Yeah.
as
exactly.
other
They're both
instruments.
really important.
And then, you know, the whole conversation of a voice being used as an instrument.
Yeah.
They're a prime example of using their vocals to be able to create sounds.
You can have a song completely a cappella and still have it be amazing. You know
also,
what I mean?
like their mixtape as well. Their mixtape
their
released
mixtape was
last
actually
year.
fire.
Oh my
I
goodness.
only listened to
Fire.
any of the
Literally,
music,
like I remember on SoundCloud when it came out on SoundCloud, it was just one long thing. They didn't separate it into like, so we didn't know what tracks it was.
Oh.
It was just one long thing, and everything just transitioned to each other for 20 minutes.
Oh shit!
I
that's
swear,
really cool.
like, it was
so
a whole
good.
ass experience. It felt like one beautiful ass song, like
And
all of it.
Yeah, and they just produced it in the living room. Yeah.
That's really fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you gotta send me a link to that later.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
they're
about to listen.
gifted. Do you have
Yeah.
anyone have any other projects you're listening to?
Just
From-
kids
from-
alright,
from
because
the
you know
last week?
that thesis week was really hard, and it was just very uplifting.
Yeah.
The vacation was pretty good.
How was it? Like, I
Okay.
know there's stuff I usually grim. Is it still?
Mm.
It is like there's this dude called Meech.
I love
I
him
swear
so
to
much.
God.
I love him.
He sounds like
so
a cartoon
much, dude.
character.
Meech.
He's like,
But what was-
okay,
dude,
I'm gonna put a track on right now.
He's actually great. Well, the album is actually, I feel like, is really, really good. I feel like it's a better album than 3001.
Yeah, I think so too. Like,
Who is
3001
this?
had tracks.
Flatbush Zombies.
I've heard them before.
They're New
Well,
York.
I know their
Yeah.
name though.
Which track should I put
after this episode, maybe.
Which
give
track
me
should
a
I put on?
Headstone.
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 Okay.
But yeah,
But yeah.
no, this album, it
So-
got a little bit personal at the end, which I liked because it's kind of a deviation from like the last album, which is kind of like bangers all the way through. If you get what I mean?
Yeah,
In
they're
that
all
sense.
bangers, really.
Not that there weren't great songs, they really were. But I don't know. I feel like there's a definite progression on this album.
Do you think the features work? Because
I
I'm looking
do.
at the feature list. Joey Badass,
Straight up, I actually
A$AP
really do.
Twelve, Bumby, Jadakiss, Portugal the Man, Dia.
That Portugal the Band one, like I was skeptical at first, but you know, it was good. I
That was like the X-rated track with
Yeah,
U2.
exactly.
It's one of them ones that it doesn't look like it'll work, but it will. Nick Caution,
Also,
Denzel Curry.
sidebar, X-Rated has become my favorite song on that album.
It is a good song. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this now.
It's really good.
Flatbush Zombies?
The-
Yeah, okay.
The album art for the last album, amazing.
Which one is that? Better Off Dead?
3001.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
that is
the album
good.
art for that's really, really
So,
good.
if you guys don't know who Flatbush Zombie are, they're a rap trio. So, there's Zombie Juice, I think,
Yeah,
Meech, and Eric the Architect.
yeah.
So,
I like zombie juice.
so they hail from, I think, New York. They're also, if you guys know Pro Era, that's Joey Badass's rap clique. They're also kind of affiliated with them, as well as the Underachievers. So they have kind of the whole kind of collective down there in New York. So they released their, I think, third. Is it their third
This
or
is the
second?
third. I think it's the second album.
Second album, yeah, second album. The previous one
Let me just
being
make sure.
3001, because I know their mixtape Better Off Dead. I think it's a mixtape. I don't think it's an album. So yeah, I haven't personally gotten to listen to it, but I have heard good things about it though.
I vouch for it. It's very good.
Alright, that's good.
And I think that's it for the albums. At least
Yeah.
the albums that we really liked anyway. Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Also, listen to Coda the Friend. He didn't put out an album last week, but just listen to him
Can
anyway.
you spell that for the people?
KOTA, The Friend. That's
Oh, also listen to Lauren Vula, The Dreaming Room. Even though that album is 2 years old now.
Yeah.
That's a very good album.
No, it's
listened
aged
to that.
well.
You haven't heard of her?
No, I've heard of
She's
her.
really good.
Because funny, she did a song with Snarky Puppy last year or 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Sing to the Moon, but that's the only.
Yeah. That's the song. That's the song she wrote. That was
Her
her
vocals
song.
were great on it. So I might. What's the name of the album?
The Dreaming Room.
The Dreaming Room.
Yeah.
That
was so
album is,
good.
like,
Because I was talking about, because she went through a lot after 4 years. She hadn't made music for 4 years.
Yeah.
And she's going through, like, she started going through anxiety, like really bad anxiety, where she'd, like, wake up in panic attacks.
Oh shit.
And, like, her husband left her because he just couldn't deal with it and stuff like that.
Oh, he's trash.
Yeah.
He's just straight up
Wow.
trash though.
And there's different things that happened in her life, and she has changed a lot. And she was just like, that's pretty much the album.
How do you leave somebody for having panic attacks?
I don't-
That's so shitty. Anyway,
Because
man,
it's
trash.
social
Let's
condition.
continue.
but that's another conversation.
Another conversation.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts before, we wrap up?
No, that's it.
You sure?
Yeah.
So,
We got
You're gonna do your thing.
we got 8
my
minutes.
thing, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
listen. So, what I was gonna do was, I was gonna actually include you guys into the rap session.
Don't include me.
what?
Y'all heard me.
See, this is the things you need to tell us beforehand.
No, I wanted to keep it nice and surprising.
Okay.
Okay,
Go on.
so here's what you guys need to do. All you guys need to do is ask questions, but they have to rhyme.
Sorry. So our questions have to rhyme.
Yeah.
You're asking too much.
No,
That's a lot to ask
no.
for me.
Here's what I'm saying, right?
There's a reason I only
You
do
ask a
instrumentals.
question. You ask a question,
Okay.
then he asks a question,
Okay. So
Okay.
his question has to rhyme with my question.
or vice versa.
Okay. I
Okay.
think we can try and do that.
Okay,
Maybe.
I can't do this as well.
Give it. Just do what you want.
Wait, so what do you do?
I'm not rapping today.
I'm sorry. What?
So what's the point?
I'm kidding. Okay. Damn.
I
Okay.
was about to straight up fight you. All
Not
right.
like I could do it or anything. Do you want a pen? Maro, here's a pen. You can write your.
Yeah, let's
you can
write that one.
Write your 16 bars. You know what I'm saying?
16 bars.
Here's that heat.
What's the question?
You asked the
We'll
question.
find
Do I
out.
have to ask you the question?
No, it's just questions you tend to ask.
I don't have any
Oh,
questions.
so just general questions.
Just general
All right,
questions.
keep talking then.
I don't
Okay.
have any questions right now.
Okay.
Can you write
So,
one?
speaking of questions, this week I'm rapping over Common's Questions Instrumental, produced by Jay Dilla. I just really like this instrumental and it's really chill.
Who's Jay Dillon?
Jay
Jay Dilla.
Oh.
Don't ever disrespect him like that.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. This instrumental is actually from the album Like Water for Chocolate.
Waterford.
Like Water for Chocolate.
Waterford.
Like water for chocolate. If you guys don't wanna rhyme, you can at least join me for a chorus.
I'm sorry, what?
All y'all gotta say is one word over and over again.
Okay, fine. Do it.
Okay, no further. I'll go now. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you join me. Alright?
I
Breathe. Okay, I'm
Breathe.
saying that to myself because I'm nervous as
Breathe.
hell.
read. All right.
Whoops. Okay. I know that's about to be shameless. Now let's go. You ready?
Wait.
What?
I don't know. It's okay.
Okay,
That's the
ready?
only thing I can think of.
I'm going. Come on, let's go. Okay.
What's that?
Wait, what do we have to do again?
Actually, I have one last question.
What do we have to do again?
Just ask questions. It's the questions. It's the questions. It's the questions. It's the questions.
I'm so glad I can hear what's going on.
The questions. Come on. Questions.
Oh, so we ask you the
It's
questions,
the questions. You want to ask?
or do you want to read?
All right.
All yours. You can tell which one is Maro.
Okay.
All right.
Question number one. What's the meaning of life? Question number two, why do we go through strife? Question number three, what's the remedy to typhoid?
It's supposed to say type. Oh,
Is there any after... You know what? Fuck the questions, bro. Questions, come on.
it rhymes.
Listen, questions. It's the questions. Into the mic. I ain't gonna be the only one saying this chorus.
Okay, Why
can't you-
say it? Questions. It's the questions. It's the questions.
Questions.
Alright, fine.
Let's go.
Alright, okay, I'll go then. What's the difference between appreciation and appropriation?
Questions.
If you can't tell the difference, then we're in a bad situation.
Questions.
Then again, I refer to it as a primary litigation.
Questions.
Giving it back like treats we to Haitian.
Question.
The education, then I paired it up with vocations. And
Questions.
everybody's thinking I'm just hitting rotation.
Questions.
Like this. Full of, then again, we're going off. We're just flipping the script with the questions.
Questions.
We all got them all, but we gotta fall though. Everybody's saying that we got the goal though. We ain't really bitter. We just too sweet to compete though. with them questions. Yes, interesting, stressing. Then again, you know I be with the blessings. Yes, me, Maro, and Jay. Then again, you know it's QWUESTIONS number 5. Yes, with 2 small 7s and a large number 9. Then again, we got them questions. Yes, we got them questions. Yes, you know it be a blessing with them questions. Yes, the questions, we have them questions. Yeah, everybody saying we got questions. Yeah, we know we keep it interesting with questions. Yes, the questions. Yes, the questions. Oh, and let me, what I memorize, leave your whole style pressurized. Melt down all those artificialized. These homies be faker than yellow number 5. Schwan like mono and diglyceride. Me just got texture, y'all just texturize. Me nicer than your ratings even when I improvise. Yes, step into my zone, get thrown by blah. But a B-boy hazardous who just can die. Yeah, think about it, way too much y'all thinking with the double entendres. Yeah, on them 3 stacks we calling them outcasts. But then again, you know we just blasting through. But then again, it's just Jimmy Choo through to you like a buffet. But think about it your way. I could never have it my way unless I'm having that Subway, the steak and cheese. But then again, please believe that we always got them questions. We supersede with these questions. Yes, the questions, we have them questions. Yes, the questions, yeah, be a question. Yeah, the blessing in disguise is the questions. Yes, the questions, we keep it interesting. Yeah, the questions, we have the questions. Yes, we keep it interesting with the questions. Slice it like a delicatessen with them questions. Yes, the questions, we got them questions. I bring it back one more time with them questions. And if you got a question, just know the questions could be posted on Twitter, IG with the questions. Yes, the questions, we have the questions.
Hey, that was It took a bit, but we got the
yeah, no. You know, past the laughing.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, so we have rhythm.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no. That is the questions freestyle. But if you guys have any questions, for real though, if you have any questions or any topics that you would like, you know, for us to talk about or answer in this podcast, you can catch us. You can catch us on Twitter or IG. So Twitter and IG is the same at. So it's at QWUESTIONS QWUESTIONS pod POD.
And if you want to email us, we also have an email, QWUESTIONS with the same name.
We do?
We do.
Oh, okay, we do.
Okay.
All right, that's new.
Actually, it's not. I just completely forgot about it.
You want to start giving out handles now?
Yeah, go on.
All right, so you can find me Black Bearded Boy IG or at Captain Wave CAPNWAV on Twitter.
You can find me at Agni Guy King on IG.
I have to say it again.
AGNI King. Or Low Spirits on Twitter, LOVV Spirits.
Yeah. On Twitter.
That's why I asked you yesterday. Do you want to change that name?
No, I don't want to change it.
Okay, well, go for it.
At Scorpio_ho. There it is.
Is that it?
Oh, and my Instagram is Crimson Chinicus. Just Crimson Chin
Icus.
and Icus.
Okay.
ICUS.
Crimson Chin as in Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah, and then just Icus. ICUS.
All together. So that's it for us this week. We know that it took Jesus 3 days and we came back in 3 weeks. But anyways, just know that
We did it better.
look, I'm not about to get struck by lightning. I'm not going to die right now.
Oh, your ass gets smited.
Yeah, I swear to God, I walk out, I'm dead. But hopefully you catch us next time.
Squares up with
Thanks
me.
for listening. I swear to God, an angel squares up with you outside.
You can't kill me.
But yes, you can catch us hopefully next week on Quinoa Podcast / radio show. Thanks to Mars FM. Thanks to Jason and Maro.
You're welcome.
And thanks to you guys for listening. And we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Goodbye.
Her legs don't work no more. Had her crawling out the crib. Acid in the fridge. Shit. Heavy